Okay, what's up, chemistry nerds? This is AP Chem. We're gonna be going over functional groups. Yeah, so let's get right into it. First upload in 3 months. Let's hit it. Okay, so we have 3 different types. We have a carboxyl group, we have a carbonyl group, and then we have a hydroxyl group. This carbonyl group has 2 functional groups into it. It says aldehydes and it has ketones. Right. Okay, so let's go through the examples right now. So carboxyl groups, right? Carboxyl groups, it's a COOH, and you can identify if it's a carboxyl group if it ends in IC. So let's say a good example of ethanoic, we see that it ends in IC, so we know it's going to be a carboxyl group. And so let's do this one together. So ethanol, right, is 3 carbons. And so if we withdraw the hydrocarbon, it'll be 3 carbons. So 1, 2, 3. Right, and let's decorate it with hydrogens. Hydrogens, right? And then so as we said, right, it's a C double bonded to OH. So this C, right, will be double bonded to O and double bonded to OH. And so what we realize here is that this carbon has too many bonds to it, so we can just simply erase these H's. Right, and so this C, we see that this carbon has 1, 2, 3, 4, so it satisfies the octet. So this is a ethanoic functional group, right here, known as carboxyl. Okay, let's head into carbonyl. So carbonyl is CARBONYL. This is carboxyl with an XYL. So carbonyl, right, as I said earlier, has 2 groups. It has aldehydes and it has ketones. Let's go over aldehydes first. So aldehydes, you can identify aldehydes with if they end in AL, right? Al. So let's say, or it could be methanol. That's one. Or butanol, right? So al, that's how you know it's an aldehyde. And the way, and so what an aldehyde is, oops, I need to switch up. Oops. That's ethanol, or I think I spelled that wrong, but whatever, it's ethanol, oops. So what it is essentially, it's a double bonded O at the end. So let's say ethanol, right? It's still 3 carbons, so it's going to be C. Or hold on, this is too close. Hold on, C. Then let's decorate our things with hydrogens. Right, and so as we said, it's going to be this carbon, there is a double bonded O at the end. Right, so it's going to be H, and then a double bonded O at the end. So the one way I like to, remember aldehydes is al is similar to at. So al, at. So it says like at the end, al, at the end, al, at the end. So al, the end. So say al and at, they're very similar. So I say, okay, at, al, the end. So at the end. So the carbon is, the double bond O is at the end. All right, so ketone, this is the same thing, essentially. It ends in ONE, and instead of at the end, it's in the middle. So ethanone, right, so same thing with 3 carbons. Decorating this bad boy with hydrogens, right? Just going as you normally do. However, this ONE will be in the middle, so it will be a double bonded O. And what I mean by in the middle, it just has to be in between 2 of them. So let's say like butanone, right? Butanone. Butanone has 4 carbons, right? Because but, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? H is here, H is here, H is here, right? Or I don't know, H is here. Just decorating this thing with H's, right? Some hydrogen. So it doesn't matter where you put the double bonded O. It could be in this one or it could be in this one, as long as it's like between 2 of them. So let's say if I were to do it here, then it would work because there's one on the left side and there's one on the right side. Right? It can also same thing be worked with the other side too. Like here, because there's one here and one here, one on the left side and one on the right side, we can have a double bonded O right here. Alright, so just going over what we just covered so far. It's a lot of information right now. We have carboxyl groups, right? We have carbonyl groups, right? So carboxyl, right? It's just a COOH, and then ic, so ethanoic. Yeah, that's basically it. Just a COOH. Carboxyl, this is the first one, COOH. So carbonyl groups, right? Carbonyl has two versions. It has a aldehyde and it has ketones. Ketones here, right? Aldehydes are at the end, or I think al at the end. And then ketones is in the middle. I don't know. I like to think like key. When you put a key in the door, it's like normally in the middle of the door, right? Door. Let's say the key goes in there, like right here. It's like right. It's in the middle of the door. Okay. Hydroxyl groups. This one's your good old alcohol groups. Alright, this will be your regular OH at the end. So anything that ends in OL, so let's say ethanol or butanol or methanol. Alright, so let's do ethanol, right? So it's still the same thing, 3 carbons. But what's special about the hydroxyl group, right, is that there's an OL at the end. Oh, there's an OH. Just regular OH at the end. So OH, H. Alrighty, there you guys go. This is ethanol for you guys, right? Hydroxyl, OH, hydrogen, I'd say, relates to OH, hydroxide, right? OH is hydroxide, hydroxyl, right? It sounds similar, so you add a hydroxide at the end. Alright, so that's it for you guys on today. It's just carboxyl, carbonyl groups, and then hydroxyl groups, right? There's 3 right there, but in total there's 4, right? There's a carboxyl group, there's an aldehyde, there's a ketone, and hydroxyl. Alright guys, hope that helps. Happy studying.